Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't we take a look at daily oral language sentence number 107? Okay, I'm going to read this out loud and I'm going to ask you, what is the person who's saying this sentence creating? What are they making for you? Listen, soccer is different from American football in several ways: the shape of the ball, the parts of the body used, and the goals on the field. Okay, what is the person creating in the sentence? They are creating a list. And what they're doing is they're listing the differences between soccer and American football, right? So when we make a list in a sentence, we always start that list off with a colon, our dot. Let me get my period. Let me get my pen. We start it with our dot. That's how we start our lists, right? So where do we put a colon in the sentence? Where does our list start? So it says soccer is different from American football in several ways: the shape of the ball, the parts of the body used, and the goals on the field. So clearly our list starts after the word ways, right? Good. Now, after that, since we have a few things being listed, remember, we always want to separate our list items with commas. Good. We use a comma to separate list items. So what's our first list item? The shape of the ball. Good. Then we put a comma after that. Then we have the parts of the body used. You can put a comma there if you want, and the goals on the field. Now notice this last comma, you don't have to put because we have the word and that's joining these two list items. It's not smushing them together, but it is joining them with the word and. So it's okay to use that. You can use the comma there or not if you want. Some people choose to use it. I normally don't. I just go with the word and, but if you did have a comma there, it would be okay. So let's see, let's go on. And then of course, at the end of the sentence, we would put our period. Let's go back from the top and fix everything. And I think everything should be okay. So clearly we're going to capitalize soccer, and soccer is really spelled wrong in the sentence. It's not S-O-C-K, it's S-O-C-C. Good. Is different. Remember, different is spelled wrong. How is it spelled wrong? Remember, when things differ from each other, then they're different. So differ is D-I-F-F-E-R. It's different. Good. From American football. Two things have to happen with American football. One, we capitalize American, of course. Why? Because it is a nationality. Good. And we decapitalize the word football because it's just a sport. We don't capitalize the names of sports. Let's continue. So soccer is different from American football in several ways. Take a look at several. That is misspelled. It needs an A. Several ways. Good. There's our colon because we're starting our list. The shape of the ball. That says the shape off the ball. We want to say the shape of the ball. So let's take an F off of off. Pardon the pun. All right. So the shape of the ball, comma, the parts of the body used. Good. What's wrong with parts? In this case, we're not possessing anything. We're not saying the parts, I don't know, the parts toys, the parts colors, the parts weight, the parts average. I don't know, but it's not possessing anything. So it's just saying the parts of the body used. Remember, if a word ends in S, you don't always apostrophize it. Ask if it's possessing something. And in this case, parts isn't possessing anything. It's just saying the parts of the body. So we have the parts of the body used and the goals on the field. Same thing with goals. There is no ownership of the word goals. You can say the goals net, the goals goalie, the goals width, the goals height. But in this, we're just saying the goals on the field. So because we're saying goals with, even though it has an S, it does not always have an apostrophe. It's just the goals on the field. Good. And take a look at the word field. That is misspelled. It's F-I-E, not E-I. And I believe we have everything down. Let's see. Everybody, let's get rid of our screen and make this a little bit longer. You'll excuse me, please. Good. That's perfect. So we have soccer, capitalized soccer, fixed soccer because it's not S-O-C-K, is different. Remember, different has an E because it differs from American football in several ways. American, we capitalize because it's a nationality, of course. Football, we decapitalize. We don't capitalize the names of sports. In several ways, we fix several to an A instead of an E. We put a colon here. Why? Because we're listing the ways that they differ from each other, how they're different. We said the shape of the ball, comma, the parts of the body used, comma, and the goals on the field. I want to point out one last time, we do not have apostrophe for parts and goals because in neither case are they possessing anything. You would say the parts blank or the goals blank, but we're not doing that. We're not possessing anything for these words. So we do get rid of both apostrophes. Just because it ends in S doesn't mean we apostrophize it. Always ask yourself if it's possessing or owning anything. If it's not possessing or it's not owning anything, do not apostrophize those words. And then we have a period at the end after we fixed fields to IE. Fabulous job, everybody. Really, 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 really well done. Super proud of you. Thank you for your help.